All right, Vikings Banter, we are back.
Finally. Missed
Best
you
team
guys.
in the league. I put my Randy Moss jersey on for this. And everybody inside's like, oh, you're wearing your jersey. I'm like, yeah.
Well, we still
for a second.
You
we
got
get
us
to be
above
the
the
best
Chiefs?
team in the league.
Luke
Best
and
team
I
in
are
the
too
conference.
superstitious for this yet.
Well,
Best team in the conference.
I think we need to immediately jump into the fact that everyone compares this team to the Sam Bradford team.
What?
Who is
Who is
comparing
doing
it to
that?
Well, you see the little thing. You saw it, John. Where they show, like, this team, we've been 5-0 before, we didn't make the playoffs.
Okay.
This is so much different than that team. On
Well,
every single
yeah.
Yeah, it's not even a
I
comparison.
can't remember the first person who sent that to me as like the meme
I
or
think
whatever.
it was
You're like,
LJ.
no,
Well,
I don't think it was. It was not.
No, I
It
don't
wa-
send that kind of stuff.
No. It was
No, not as a
definitely
meme, just
someone.
in
And I was like, what the
person.
fuck? Like, that was not even
I haven't
nice.
thought about
But I
Sam
haven't thought
Bradford
about that,
and that
no.
team in what feels like 20 years.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, look, it was better than the Christian Ponder, Tartar Sauce Jackson, all them.
Chargers.
Yep, it's the
I
dumb
hated
eyes
fucking
guys.
Tavares.
And our quarterback does not have dumb eyes. My favorite meme out there was every other team in our division has the hardest schedule in the league.
Remaining.
Well, because they have to play
They have to
based
play
on
the
have to
guys
play
we,
us.
rank.
we already played.
Yeah, so it's Green
Sure.
Bay, Detroit, Bears,
And now the
hardest
Jets
schedule in
with Devontae, a different looking Jets
That's
team.
true.
Yeah.
the Jets are done.
No, the Jets are good.
No,
Jets should have won last game easily.
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Welcome to the NFL.
No,
That's
no,
called
no, no,
never
no. When
fucking
you
done
hit your receiver in the hands in the end zone to win the game multiple times, and Mike Williams doesn't run the right route, Garrett Wilson
Well,
drops the ball in the end zone, things
You're
are
kind
called
of
back by
proving. You're
penalties.
proving LJ's point.
No,
Yeah.
they
you
got
have to stack
football
wins when
team-
you can.
no, they got the guy that doesn't drop the balls now. Like that was the problem. Was like it kept being the wide
We'll see if
receivers
that's the
week
problem.
after week. It was the wide receivers, and then they're like, okay, here's the fix. We got a wide receiver. So
Why did they just dump him on them? Like, what was
Who, Devontae?
The Raiders, right?
Raiders, they got a third back that's a conditional, could be a second.
He seems like he's a little better than a third. No,
He's
just
last year of his
old.
contract, and they
Yeah.
have to pay it. So no,
I
it's,
love how
they had to get
the
something
Jets have
back.
basically acquired like multiple Bears players, like 8 of them or something.
Bears
like that.
or Packers?
Or Packers
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
And the Packers still weren't even that great.
What?
No, they're his boys. It's
Yeah.
what do you need to make this work? And he's like, I want all my friends.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
I
want
mean,
an
they had
offensive
Randall
line,
Cobb,
and I
yeah,
want.
yeah.
But look, I mean, certain players looked good. Defense has been good. I still think the Jets will be just fine.
And
And
the AFC's that bad.
well, also their division, specifically the AFC East, like they played against the Bills, who are the top of the division, and they look like shit. Like they had to go and get a wide receiver right afterwards as well. They went and got
Yeah.
Amari Cooper, and actually paid more for him than Devontae because they were like, okay, we can't lose ground because we could have very easily lost that game.
I don't think there's any possible way the Chiefs are not the Super Bowl
Hey.
team.
No,
from
as
that
long
side.
as they're healthy.
from that side. Okay.
Yeah.
They still have a
Not
trade
much,
to
though.
make. I think they'll go get DeAndre Hopkins. They've got to get another wide receiver after losing Rashee Rice. And Pacheco's still out. I don't know if he comes back. There's rumors week 10, but I thought he was out for the season. So did Andy Reid. They, I think, will make a move, but it depends just who's healthy.
Wait, Chiefs are San Francisco this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
That's a
Sunday
tough
night.
one. I like San Francisco in that,
Totally forgot.
especially
Do
when
you
they're
really?
at home.
Yeah. The game means more to San Francisco.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
it's at
San
home.
Francisco is looking good. They're a legit team in the NFC right now. I think even without Christian McCaffrey, they are going to get him back eventually, right? They're
Luke's
scary. They're still a
excited.
scary
I
team
need
to
it.
me. I
The
don't care if we
new
beat them
Christian
or not.
McCaffrey owner.
They're the cream of the crop. I put them up there with the Niners, the Lions, and the Vikings are 1, 2, and 3. Whatever order you want to give that.
Yeah, I think the Lions are better than the Niners. The Niners have come out sluggish for sure. Brandon Ayuk hasn't picked
You
up
guys
where
think?
he left
Wait,
off.
when you say better than the Niners, you mean depth-wise? You mean talent-wise? Like, what about Detroit, as we're about to face them, is better than the Niners?
Just their run game, the way they play defense, their scheme is killing it. They can throw the ball. They can run. They can run
The
the ball.
Lions.
Totally complete on offense. They're like top 3 in offense.
Have they played like some serious competition?
The Lions?
They just need what the Cowboys. What was the other
They
one? They
throttled
the
the
Seattle
Cowboys.
Seahawks at Seattle. They just ripped them apart.
Geno Smith, Dak Prescott, shit.
Well, Gino's leading the league in
Mike
passing
Zimmer
yards.
defense.
Yeah,
right.
The-
Gino's leading the league?
in passing, yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last two they put up 40 plus.
No, but
so
look,
they're looking extremely dangerous.
and they should have been in the Super Bowl last year. Like, those were the two teams that ended the season looking the best. Right now, the Lions are first in the NFL in offense, 8th in defense. They're very balanced. They have the fourth highest passing offense and the 4th highest rushing. So it's balanced. They have an elite offensive line.
I was just gonna say
multiple
offensive line
very good
comes for us
receivers,
like
elite
that.
tight end, elite running backs. Jared Goff is still the weak link to me. I still think if you can expose somebody, it's Jared Goff, and especially this week when we play them, it'll be Brian Flores versus Jared Goff.
Can't they say that about us?
Which part?
That Darnold.
Oh, Darnold? Yeah, of course. Well,
Isn't
I mean,
that the same
that's
argument?
the case.
Yeah.
You're not going to, I mean, JJ is unstoppable. When we get Hawkinson back, like, that's a huge mismatch. Addison's one of the best twos in the NFL. So, yeah, we're a very similar style team now where it's like we're a little more defensive based. We're ranked fifth in offense and third in defense. So they're like a little bit better offensively and we're better defensively. But we're both two teams that are top 10 at everything. We're in the top 5 of everything.
Mm-hmm.
We're second in the league in sacks. And they've got an elite offensive line, so it's going to be
Right,
which
and
one
they know
breaks.
that we're gonna blitz the shit out of them.
Yeah, so they're
Right.
all week. It's in practice, pretending to send this guy, pretending to send to this guy. What are you going to do, Jared, when 5 guys come at you? You know, it's just going to be trying to confuse Jared Goff. And if you look at him, like you said, dumb eyes. I
Does
think
he
you
have
can
dumb
confuse
eyes?
him.
Goff.
Oh,
For me-
yeah.
He does.
For me, Goff is kind of So he's more comfortable sitting back in the pocket. Once he breaks the pocket, that's where I'm like, all right, that's when you can take advantage of him. He throws interceptions. He's more of like a scaredy cat, if you will. Once you flush him out of the pocket, good things will happen. Unlike Aaron Rodgers, where you almost want to keep him in the pocket, something like that. Remember back in the day, how when he'd contain in the pocket, you're just like, oh Lord, he's just gonna throw it down, chuck it downfield, and find a guy. The important thing for the Lions will be their run game, right? We got Blake Cashman out with a turf toe, most likely. That's scary for me because he's been arguably our best linebacker. You could argue Grugier Hill with a couple picks or whatnot. But they have 700 yards between Montgomery and Jamar Gibbs. Also, he can scary when he catches the ball out of the backfield, the aforementioned Gibbs. But yeah, they're starting to heat things up. Amon-Ra Brown seems to be the underneath guy for them. Jamison Williams is their deep threat. He has insane yards per catch. So those are a couple of things to keep an eye on there. But yeah, I think if we can contain them on the run and kind of keep Jared Goff flustered, screwing with him with different schemes like Kachi, like you mentioned, rushing the quarterback, blitzing him like crazy, making him feel uncomfortable, I think he will throw interceptions and make mistakes.
Yeah, the key to this game for both teams is who gets out ahead first and then can run the clock and run the ball and try to win it defensively. Like I said, number 1 offense for them, so they want to put up points.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they start running, they have a very, very nasty 2-headed attack. But we've had a week off. They had to play.
Is that good or bad for us?
Oh, I love it. It give you a week to just prep for one team, watch what they're doing.
Okay.
They're coming off a big blowout win in Dallas.
Oh.
They're riding high. They think their shit don't stink. I think that is the ultimate trap for them,
This
where
is
they've
such a
had their
trigger,
mind.
though,
Yeah,
for
I mean, look,
Vikings
they're
fans.
playing great, and we're at home.
I
Yeah.
know, but this is such an easy trigger for us. It's Legends Week too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And they're missing Aiden Hutchinson.
They're missing who?
Aiden Hutchinson was leading.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was leading he was heading towards Defensive Player of the Year. He's leading the NFL in sacks this year. Broke his fibula. You hate to see it, but
Do you?
get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got both of them broken. All the weight-bearing bones in his leg are capped.
Yeah, no, he's out for the year.
Fuck.
They said they're gonna make a move.
Their pass rush is going to suffer immensely.
Yeah.
Because they don't have anyone that has more than 2.5 sacks on their squad right now. They got Ozuwariki, who forces fumbles. They got some nice linebackers, Anzalone and Campbell. Other than that, their defensive line's not that great. aside from Aiden Hutchinson. I'm just going to say it right now.
Yeah, the D
So that's
line.
if we're really going to poke holes in them, that's where you're looking at here. It's like Aiden Hutchinson loss for them is immense. He like Luke said, defensive player of the year. You don't just go ahead and replace that type of talent.
No, it's like when we would lose Daniil Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to hurt them for sure.
Yeah.
You got to talk about.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to talk. He's there. It is.
You have to temper expectations with them. What's up?
No, nothing.
you're
You cut out for a
glitching out.
second.
I mean, it is always interesting with Detroit. We do have their number, but with everybody in our division, we usually split the games.
Sure.
You don't want to lose the one at home early.
No, I'd rather win
That
this one
one-
and be able to give away the
Yep.
last game.
Yep.
Again, if we do
Because
lose,
that's the last game of the season.
Last game of the
right?
season.
Yeah.
well,
You can
I
rest
think the
people if
Vikings
you're
have still
ready.
been.
True.
We're getting finally respected, obviously, in the power rankings, but still, there's this kind of like.
When does
overall
it turn?
Thought that the Detroit Lions are better than us right now.
Yep. Well, they got farther than us last year.
I don't know.
Yes.
The pundits are saying that.
The
and I
line,
think we
especially
still
coming
have-
off a
I really
51
still
point
think we have
drubbing.
something to prove, but Detroit knows how to blow it better than everybody.
Oh God, yeah.
And there is going to be, finally, like I think even like the stadium, the environment, like all of those things, you're starting to see a lot more like punchy hits online. People saying, honestly, Minnesota is really difficult to play at.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
I'm excited to see that helps our fan base then kind of grab and go, let's make it difficult.
Yeah.
So you're going to hear those clips and then you're going to get in the stadium and you're going to go, that's right, we're supposed to be there.
Especially for a game like
Yes.
this. Yeah.
I think running out.
Tickets are like $400+ in the upper level. Are you kidding me? We're gonna pack the house. Minnesota is for sure a bandwagon type state. We're 5-0. We could very easily be 7-0 come next Sunday because we have a Thursday night football game.
We're not bandwagon with the Vikings, though. I would say with most sports we are. I don't think we like we are.
What do you mean? Like, you just look at the price of tickets.
What do you mean?
Clear indicator we kind of are a little bit. You see people get. They want
I would
to
say
come out.
bandwagon for coming out. I agree with that because
Going
people
to
will
the
be like,
game if it
I'll
gets
find other
cold.
things to do on a Sunday, or like,
If you're
I
not
don't really wanna
good,
go
you don't show up.
downtown. Like, yeah, totally.
And there's the things to do in Minnesota. T-Wolves are nice. Twins had a nice ending.
Lynx are sick.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
never
Links
seen
are
more-
dope.
Can we just talk about? I've never seen more people like on my Instagram in Lynx games. Like, and I know the WNBA this year is like next level, but
Caitlin Clark.
it's kind of wild to be like see most of my people in Minnesota be like, "Go
like it?
Lynx!" I mean, it's great to see. I just think it's interesting.
It's awesome.
like, where
you
were
don't
you?
like when women sport women.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
no, no, that's not it at
How
all.
many jerseys do you?
I've been first of all, my college roommate's dad was the CEO of the Lynx. I've been supporting Lynx for a long time.
Still the CEO?
That's some
No, he
elitist
died.
shit right there.
Oh, shit.
So
Would you break your rule? Does it still count if a woman wears a woman's jersey?
I would not. But I also just think basketball jerseys are like, I would never wear a basketball.
There's a time and place.
Tank top.
Can you get a piece of collar jersey? Top here? Come on.
No, I'll wear a
Damn.
really cute Lynx shirt. I also just don't think the merch is
The
lacking.
logo's trash.
Yeah, the logo's trash.
It looks like a little baby.
Yeah,
like
and the
wolf.
merch is like seriously lacking in the WNBA. It's not great.
What if they should just go kind of like a little bit more like the
Like a
Japanese
cougar?
style,
Oh.
like Hello Kitty shit in the
Okay,
WNBA?
yeah.
Make them merch
Just
like,
really
super
embarrass
cute
the
and
shit out of
fun and
themselves?
bright.
That sounds awful.
Right?
No.
That'd be sick. Change it up a little bit.
That'd be bad.
No.
I mean, it's better than what they have.
They should have blood dripping off the teeth.
Ew.
Halloween theme, I
Go
like that.
full opposite.
They kind of mirror the NBA team a little bit.
No, I like that.
I like that.
I like
I
that.
love that.
Yeah,
Like the Mercury, like
No, I like that.
I love that. Dude, the
Sparks and the Lakers. I think it's
thing
cute.
that Pittsburgh does to me that's the coolest fucking thing
Uh-huh.
is that all of their teams are black and yellow.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are all black and yellow.
That's
I
nice.
fucking love that.
I love that.
I think it's the coolest thing in the world.
Keeps
Yeah.
it easy.
It's just like it's fluid. Like everyone just knows. Like those are our teams. I think it's dope.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get that.
I
For
like
sure.
that the Lynx copied, but fuck them. Back to the Lions.
Fuck the Lynx. Back to the Lions.
Yeah.
So what is so we trade for Cam Akers.
Yeah,
We
yeah, yeah.
were really getting excited about like Ty Chandler and letting him get reps.
He'll still get reps. He's still 2 for now.
You're right.
You're right.
He's been really bad. I posted it on the story here. He's looked in his yards per carry, his usage, all that. It's a little wonky. I don't know if he's more tentative than he has been or whatnot, but
They just always have to be prepared.
He's the fastest running back we have on the roster now that Nwangwu left. But for whatever reason, he's not looking like we got that sport. Like, it was clearly the offense took a clear step back when Aaron Jones was out against the Jets.
Yeah,
It's pretty obvious. We couldn't really throw the ball like we used to earlier in the game. We missed a couple of deep shots to Addison. Took him a second to get open.
And do we have? Is he coming back? It's
Aaron
still
Jones is back at practice today.
Right.
He should play. Yeah, that's fine. That's
But
fine. He's
Hawk
old.
is still out.
Hawk is out.
Yeah.
With the Hawkinson, yeah.
So he's done for the season then?
Who?
Hawk.
No, he's coming back. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, if you don't get back by the bye week, I always feel like
No,
No.
he was
He's gonna keep on
projected.
telling us he's
He was
coming,
projected
he's
week 7.
coming.
No, because there's a practice window.
Short week, LJ, so you might as well just give him more practice reps.
No, he's still got 2 weeks off. I think he'll be back like week 9. But that's when he was
don't put him
projected to be
against
back.
Don't give him the Thursday night. We don't want him back then. We don't.
No,
need him
no,
I
back
no,
get
for
that. I just get
Yeah.
concerned when they don't come back by the bye.
But we already knew that.
We got an early bye.
Yeah. And we knew that he was going to be.
Yeah, he was supposed to be week 7.
Yeah.
This is where the practice window opens. Once the practice window opens, you have 21 days to activate them.
All right.
So you want to wait until closer to the end of that. He was limited in practice. He did like half practice, like
Just moving
walkthroughs.
around.
Yeah, just getting back to
His
the feel
injury
of things.
was late. Like. In
Oh
the
my
season.
god!
Yeah.
And he tore what? His ACL and MCL.
And
He
it
got
was
fucked up.
Late.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was the end of the season. No, it's actually he's back sooner than you should be. It's like a year usually, and he's coming back.
And those you come back stronger. The
Probably.
muscle
I hope
injuries
so.
are worse, like the little tweaks.
It's weird. It used to be ACL was like a career-ending thing, and then now, knock on wood, like you come
It's kinda
back.
irrelevant.
Well,
Yeah.
I hate a turf toe situation. That's
Those are the lingerers
shitty.
that are just annoying.
Yes.
Lingering and turf toes and kinds of hamstrings
Yep.
are the worst.
High ankle
I
sprains,
always
shit
remember
like
that
that.
with Deion Sanders, like having like turf toe and like weird little things like that.
He just played too many sports. He was all over the place. Like, chill, bro. The Lions also scare me. The strength of their defense is their safeties. The 2 safeties, Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, have 7 interceptions between them. So they are ball hogs.
Their corners are tough as nails too. Carlton Davis and who am I thinking of the other guy? They're one of the leaders in defensive pass interference, which is crazy to think how good they've been. But that's the thing; they play very physical.
Yeah.
They're very tight on the edge.
It's a Dan Campbell team.
They've made the statement, "Hey, we will get pass interference penalties. We don't care."
Yeah, they're going for turnovers. Well, they know that their offense is potent, so they can take risks on defense. But what helps out the safeties to get these lobbed up balls or misplaced, inaccurate throws was Aiden Hutchinson disrupting the quarterback. Without Aiden Hutchinson, yeah, that's a big
Huge
loss.
problem for them. I can't overstate that enough. The 3 most important positions in the NFL, in my
DN.
opinion, quarterback, left tackle, defensive end. When you lose a defensive end of that caliber, can't stress enough, be a problem for them.
Oh,
I already made comments of this earlier in the podcast. I'll keep harping on it. They're going to look really bad on defense compared to what they have been.
yeah, just the attitude of running out of that tunnel and you don't have your defensive leader and he always does the black eye paint smeared across his face like a Ultimate Warrior or
Yeah,
whatever.
a Viking.
Yeah, he thinks he looks fucking sweet, but he
Yeah.
looks like a bitch. Yeah, he's not running out with the team. That's horrible. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. We're missing TJ. We're missing
Oh,
Cashman.
whatever.
We're, AJ's limited, whatever. We're still going to.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got this one.
So this ends up being like a low-scoring game then, or what?
It could be a fun
It could be
defensive battle,
both.
or it could be a fucking shootout. I'd rather be in a defensive battle.
What's
I
the
don't
over?
want to give
Let's
up
see.
chunk plays to them.
Yeah, and we don't need our defense exposed.
No,
it's
no.
better if our
yeah.
team is just like this is like a 10 to 14.
I want to
type of
light
game.
them up. Send
Like,
everyone, scare them.
Flores' comments. He goes. Yeah, a reporter asked him a question. He goes, "How are you going to prepare for all the Detroit fire?" And he goes, "I like to fight fire with fire." You know he has something cooked up, keying on this matchup. He's got 2 weeks to watch film. He's going to do some crazy shit. In my opinion, Flores is better than Cock on offense right now. In like,
Yeah.
you look
Oh,
at
yeah.
Kevin
Oh, yeah.
O'Connell's offense and Flores' defense.
That's
I'd
the whole
say like
season.
look, I compare this team to the 1998 team. In that 1998 had a severely better offense than defense, but I think it's hard to even say this out loud. But considering Kevin O'Connell's an offensive-minded coach, but we're a better defense than we are offensively.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah, that's not.
So the spread, not surprising, obviously -1.5. Over/unders 50 and a half.
Yeah, I mean they average 30 a game. We average 27 a game. So these are top.
Look at this napkin.
But something's got to give because we also allow like 15 points a game. Like, you know, it's got to break in one direction because not all the trends can continue.
One direction, that's too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Shit. I was going to make more jokes, but
Oh, no.
I'll leave it there.
I know.
John, you broken up about that? I know those were your boys.
Can you guys hear me now or what? I'm going over this hill here and
It's great. Yeah, we can hear
miss
you.
you so much.
Okay.
How are we feeling? Again, like we just said, the division, the NFC North is
The most impressive division in the history of football.
in.
That's what it is
hold
right
on,
now.
though, but your boy, he had like something that looked worse than a butt fumble this last week.
Talking about Caleb?
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
It doesn't matter.
When?
He's been
Yeah.
balling. In London. I thought that would shake him. I picked Jacksonville.
I did too.
I did
That was
not
the game
think
that I
he was going to
lost.
show up overseas and just whoop some ass.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jacksonville is fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's like their
But yes.
home game. I was
No,
like, all right,
totally.
if there's a trap game, it's going to London. Jacksonville's the home team.
Yeah.
They're veterans. This kid's probably never been to London. Like I thought,
Okay.
I came up with
Caleb
so many
Williams?
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one thing too. That team like is behind Caleb Williams.
Oh my God, they
Like
love
they
him.
are
Yeah.
all in
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
him.
They're
Like,
obsessed with him.
They're obsessed with him.
Yeah. And because he went to the perfect team that has no quarterback expectation ever.
Sure.
All they've ever seen from a fan base to management to players is this is the worst fucking place in the world to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
And
well, he's just
so
full
it's
of charisma. He's everybody's gay best friend.
exactly.
Like, it's
He's-
easy.
yeah.
He's so
and
easy to like.
I realize all the players are gay. It's not just him. They're all doing it.
Yeah.
Every player I see walking into every stadium's like got a purse, got a
You
backpack.
guys,
Like
I don't understand why you think this is a thing. Like, first of all, guys have been bringing the Louis Vuitton bags
No,
in.
Diggs started this shit.
No, they
Actually,
did
OBJ
not.
started
No,
this
he
shit.
did not.
OBJ started this shit, and Diggs took it to a whole new
NBA's
level.
way worse. Let me just say that.
No way. The guys have been doing this for years and years.
Not like this. It's,
It's
getting
just on-
crazier.
How?
The nail polish is being added. That kid on the Sixers is gonna really change everything.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
the
pushed it.
guys used to look like there used to be like a drip where like I could look up to it and go, "Oh, dude, that's like really dope. I want to try to do something like that."
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
AI, I had a
Or,
headband.
I mean, I had backwards jerseys.
In
Yeah.
the NFL or the NBA?
More NBA.
NBA
What?
always leads the
NBA
charge.
I
led
know they
style
do,
way
but-
before the NFL.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
And then the NFL,
But
like,
the NFL, I would say, in general, was always more
suits.
Manly.
Just like,
exactly
Yeah.
yeah. And it would be, and then it, like
approachable
you
style
went
for
tailored,
the everyday
cleaned up
everyday guy.
for a while,
Every day.
and then
No,
guys
you had it
started
right.
wearing like jeans and looking cool. The lady handbags that's new within the last 3-4 years.
It's that whole generation though. They
Yeah.
care more about the
That's it.
shoes and how they look
The shoes have always been a thing for the guys.
and the marketability and all the.
They're more marketable now. They care more about what
But
they
the
look like.
bags, they don't.
They don't care about the game. None of them really care about the game.
That's not true. It's ridiculous.
It's that thing to keep their little marketing engine moving. A lot of those guys, if you
It's really a shame he's cutting out for this.
Well, what's happening? I just think like guys.
Well, the big thing is they're getting paid earlier. So when you get money
You have more
and you're
money.
19, 20, 21 years old, you don't have a family yet. You don't have these expenses that you need to like prepare for your future. So what do you buy? Frivolous shit, purses.
Go broke early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Louis Vuitton. All of a sudden you can afford Louis Vuitton. You're looking up to a guy who's 40 years old, like, you know, a LeBron who's got that bag, and you're like, shit, I'm going to buy that now. I'm 20 years old.
But that's what's always happened. So as like a style evolution in any of the
Yeah.
leagues, it's always
That's
the
just the
rookie
style now.
guys
Yeah.
are like designer. Let me be flashy. Let me do all this.
Mm-hmm.
iPhone 69, we're losing.
And the fucking teeth.
Yeah,
Justin
everything.
Jefferson had
but
the
then
teeth
as they
day
grow,
one.
they'll like immediately find their own style and be like, okay, I'm gonna wear more like low key designers that are like higher
Yeah,
quality.
but
my own
now
style.
guys are like dressing like they're on a fashion show runway. Like
Yeah.
That's been happening for years.
but it's like more like it's so much more abstract now.
Well, yeah, but I would say like at least the last 7 to 8 years.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NBA
I don't
did it.
know. Not in the way that it's getting done now. Like it will not be surprising when a guy wears heels. It'll be like, oh, that's like that's.
Yeah,
that's
but guess
Kyle
Didn't Dennis-
Kuzma,
Dennis
Russ
Rodman?
Westbrook. These guys were
Yeah.
have been doing this now for
Kelly
years in the
Oubre.
NBA.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
them.
NBA,
100%.
I get it. Like they don't cover their face. It's about their image. They're famous, you know.
I think it's opposite. I think that the NFL guys want to do it more because you do cover their face and they want to.
No, I'm saying like
stand
now
out.
all of a
They
sudden
need to
there's
get
more
their-
marketing.
Right,
Exactly.
right,
Now
right.
they've learned like NBA is doing it works
Yeah.
for them. We're gonna start copying it.
And
but
guess what? I get one runway a week that people are looking at versus the NBA like 3
yeah,
5.
it's a big day. No.
big day.
But back to the point of all of this, Caleb is commanding that team. They're loving him.
Way to
And
circle back.
I think the best thing that could have happened to him was Jaden Daniels being so successful year one and getting all the attention. All the media is around Jaden Daniels.
Sure.
He's running away with Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Because the Commanders were so shitty.
Yeah, but they got a better coach in it, is really what it is.
100%.
Cliff Kingsbury, they like immediately
Perfect
knew
fit.
what to do. He's done it with Kyler before. He knew what to do, and he's built a game plan around Jaden Daniels' strengths. I still think the ceiling is higher for Caleb, but he definitely doesn't look as good as Jaden Daniels has. But the pressure is completely off him. Everybody's talking about this other kid, and Caleb can just go play now, and he doesn't have to like try to get out of the pocket and get a Sports Center top 10 play.
I think he
He
already
looks
broke
so
the
much
whole
better.
thing with that. Like
Which?
I think everybody in Chicago is good on him.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he can lose their trust.
No,
It would
he's
have
got
to be
it.
pretty
You,
wild.
as the fans
Dude, to
or
start
the,
4-2
the players?
with that shitty team.
The fans, I feel
Yeah.
like they're like, dude, we have our quarterback.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when you get a fan base similar to ours,
Yeah.
once you feel like you found your guy, like if McCarthy was having this type of season with us, with like the way Donald
Oh.
is, we would be like, whoa,
Yeah.
you could like,
You can throw 5 picks next game. We won't
That's
boo you.
Yes.
We're not going to go on your Instagram and threaten your life.
you've
like,
shown us enough. Like,
yeah.
we're gonna.
We trust that
get
you have-
3 seasons. To,
Yeah,
like, figure this
exactly.
thing out.
I think
Exactly.
Caleb
It's like
also gets
Carson
a little
Wentz.
bit of a breathing room because the NFC North is so elite
Yeah.
right now that like he's doing well,
Mhm.
but the Vikings and the Vikings and Lions are just running away with it. So it's like, okay, well,
Packers are right behind us, too.
Totally.
We're all over
we're
500.
all right there.
But
so
yeah,
he
for them to
gets
be
to
4
be a
and
little
2.
bit of a room of like, oh, I fucked up a little bit. He's still doing good,
Yep.
and their division's like impossible. So.
But also, just the expectations of fans are so out of control now because we've seen C.J. Stroud take his team to the playoffs first year, and But then you look at like a Bryce Young who's already lost his job, and you're like, these guys take a while. Like it's
Right.
hard
It
to
is-
just
you
Well,
jump
but,
in.
But
It's
Bryce
so
Young,
quick.
like the team did not trust him, and the coaches did not trust him. That's what Caleb Williams already has is the trust in
Yeah.
the team and the coaches.
Mhm.
Like fuck the fans, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the worst thing to happen to Bryce Young is Andy Dalton, who's not a good quarterback in the NFL. He's very mid to low.
Yeah.
It's like a Jameis Winston type
Yeah.
thing. Stepped in and just commanded the offense. And it's like, oh, it really was you.
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, like
right.
I remember the week they benched him, seeing all these people saying, free Bryce Young, like now everyone's going to see. Well, we see Andy Dalton's commanding a team, and that's
Yeah.
not good. Like,
Because you don't know, but the thing is, you never knew who Bryce Young was.
mhm.
Like Caleb Williams, he has kind of a charisma like Cam Newton to me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, he's just everything. He's like a likable guy. He's a locker room guy. He's extremely polarizing.
Yeah.
And so he's just gonna break through that mold. He'll have like when it gets bad, it'll get horrific.
Oh yeah,
for
and
it.
it'll snowball.
Yeah.
I still think it leads to Eberflus getting fired before Caleb is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But
like how many years?
I don't know. I don't know when they struggle, but it's going to be either it's one of those situations like a Marvin Lewis with Andy Dalton actually in Cincinnati, where it was like they made the playoffs every year, but they never really
never
threatened.
won
And then
anything.
finally they got rid of Marvin Lewis. Like, okay, look, we can't just keep letting you lead the team, to like
To a meh.
'Cause
mediocre.
if he doesn't make the playoffs in his first 5 years,
They
then
have
he
to get
has
rid
to
of him.
sign like the biggest contract in
Yeah.
NFL history, and
Yeah.
everyone goes, "What are we?
Does he
are
deserve
we really
it?
doing
Yeah.
this?"
And that's when Chicago fans will be like, "Fuck you!"
Right.
Like,
But
see you the fuck
that's
later.
when Eberflus. So if they don't make the playoffs in the next 3 years, Eberflus will get fired.
what
I think
do
the
like-
expectation now is playoffs.
That makes sense.
What we're lucky with the way our team's currently set up is that I actually think we do probably transition to McCarthy at some point. What
Next year, yeah.
I think what they prove is that I think Big Cock's going to get more of the value in this than everyone. Near the end of the season, they're going to make him up as he's the quarterback whisperer that we wanted.
Yeah.
He can do this with anybody.
Oh yeah.
Trust us to do it with our guy we drafted.
Yeah.
And he could one because he's cheaper and all these different things. And so, but then when McCarthy gets to the spot where it's like, hey, you're crushing it, it's like, well, we have been doing this since before you came.
Yeah.
And that's going to help us, I think, like in the long run of not putting everything in that
The
basket.
best case scenario for all parties involved. Darnold doesn't have to look over his shoulder, looking like, oh shit, this kid. If I throw 2 picks, this kid's gonna come in. Kevin O'Connell looks like a fucking genius because nobody wanted Sam Darnold as a starter. He was he became a backup everywhere he went,
Right.
and he gets to just go, look what I can do. I mean, he had a little bit of success with Josh Dobbs. Now you really see how bad Nick Mullins and Jaron Hall were because they couldn't figure anything out in this offense.
When Nick Mullins even starts throwing the ball around on the sidelines, it makes me so mad. Seeing him in his helmet, it pisses me off.
I think he's like a really nice guy too.
He
Like,
looks like
There's no room for nice
I
guys
know,
in the
I
NFL.
know.
Cabbage Patch Kid.
He does. I
I
know.
hate it.
I
When
know,
He just
he
starts
really
tossing,
does.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Sit the fuck
Like,
down.
yeah, like,
Unless
yeah.
you're the one catching the ball from Sam Darnold, I don't want you
I
throwing.
just don't even like his helmet on.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a weird look.
Well, thankfully next year we'll have JJ. I don't know what happens with Sam Darnold next year because it's a 1-year deal. He's probably going to get
He's gonna
nods
get
from
paid,
other
dude.
teams. I mean, if you're a team that's floundering and like I don't know, Carolina and Indianapolis, like one of these teams, the Cleveland Browns, like
Yeah, shit. The Browns.
you might want to go get somebody
And
that
they
can
don't
lead
have
you
any-
for a
they're
couple
not gonna
years.
have any money because of.
No, they're in a very fucked situation.
They're really fucked right
Yeah,
now.
But
And I kind of love it. Actually, very much. love it.
Seattle, like there's teams that
Yeah.
are going to win some games this year and not get a top quarterback or not want to start a rookie quarterback because they think they can compete. Sam Darnold is a good guy to go get, and we don't need to
It's
re-sign
just like
him
a Case
if
Keenum.
Cock can do this with JJ.
And perfect thing for us, if that transition fucks up, we fire Big Cock, we have Flores as our head coach. Boom. Who gives a shit?
It's so sad because that never happens.
Yeah.
But I would do
That would be
anything
the transition.
for
That's
that.
how it would work. It's like, dude, if it doesn't work right away.
And you never fire. Oh my God. You're in.
on your other thing, I just love how we were just for 5-10 minutes we were just speculating on like all these transitions.
Everything.
That's how good of a season we're having. Thank God. We're like, what are we gonna do after the?
This
Super
is
Bowl?
the final big test where it's like
You
coming
say
off
this
a
every
bye.
week, though.
I mean, that's what
We're gonna
the
be 16-0, and you're like, dude. Honestly, if we win
No.
this one, I'm behind this team.
No.
I'm behind
This
them.
is the last big game. After this, if we lose a game, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody because after Detroit.
We will, though.
No, we shouldn't.
Okay.
If we can
shouldn't,
go
you were
6-0
right, we shouldn't.
versus the San Francisco, Houston, Green Bay in Green Bay against Jordan Love, the Jets in fucking shitty ass London, and Detroit coming off their best game of the season. If we win 6 in a row doing that, we can't lose to the fucking shitty Rams. We can't lose to the shitty Colts.
Don't say
we
this.
can't lose to the shitty Jaguars, the shitty Titans.
No, say
then we
should
go
not.
into Chicago. I doubt we lose that,
Dude,
especially if we're
preach, brother.
fucking 10-0 at this point. Then
It's not unfair to say this is the best Vikings team in our lifetime.
stop.
No, I
Close the
completely
computer.
agree. I
Close-
completely agree. Talk, John. Just yeah. Woo me.
You think this is
You
better
soothe me.
than Cunningham?
Listen, we got the number 1 receiver in the league.
We had it. We've had that.
It's all scheme. Defense is looking money.
Yes.
It's not even. Listen, it's a plug and play kind of deal.
This could be the best defense we've ever had since Purple People Eaters.
We've got guys like Van Ginkel. We've got like Grenard.
Okay.
These aren't dope
No,
guys.
right,
We've
thank
made
you.
them dope.
Just
Yeah.
name the captains.
Yeah.
You're just
Cam Bynum is going to get paid, right? I mean,
You're just
This
naming
is
people.
the
Okay.
best Vikings team of all time.
But if you went,
It is.
offensive line, we've had continuity. We've had all of the guys that have been drafted, by the way. Blake Brandell, like a left guard, is playing out of his mind. Our tackles are stout as hell. We're about to put Reisner in for Ingram. Like, if you really want to poke holes in all that, like this is the squad that we've been waiting for. I know Luke's like rebuild. First round pick,
This was the rebuild. What do you mean?
1 overall. It's like, man, like I can say
No, we
like maybe
can't
we're
go
one
on
interior
one
lineman
overall.
or maybe 1 corner away from winning something like that. But it's like people are talking about getting Dexter Lawrence. But seriously though, this team is it. And for us to doubt him, we crowned him. Don't doubt him. Like seriously, like
Who's
what are we
doubting?
doing here? Why? No one should be doubting this team.
Who's doubting?
I'm
There's
so
a-
scared about the line.
He would just say, if we win this game, we're a lock for 12-0.
Yeah, I just said we should win every game for the rest of the season.
And we won. We won all of them. Those are all. This is going to be a test this weekend. The Niners is a test. The Texans
These are tests. We passed them.
won all those tests. We passed all those exams. And to say that the people are ranking Detroit better, again, you guys even said it yourself. They lost to the Cowboys. What? Mike Zimmer team.
They just beat the
What are you
Cowboys
talking
by
about?
They
40.
blew
they
the
just,
Cowboys
yeah.
But still, the
No,
Cowboys
no.
suck. The Cowboys suck.
This is the team.
First
that
of all,
we've been waiting for.
First of
And
all-
I can't believe we're sitting here like poking holes in the team. It's like
First
we should
of
be
all-
talking about how sick we are.
first of
Like,
all,
don't talk about how we got a little deficiency here and there.
I don't see one deficiency.
First of all, you just proved my point in rebuild. You just named 8 fucking players we got this year that we didn't have last year. So you can apologize now because I said, let's rebuild. And we went and got Van Ginkel and Cashman and Grenard and Aaron Jones and Sam Darnold. The whole fucking team is new. We got a high pick with J.J. McCarthy. We got a high pick with Dallas Turner. What the hell are you talking about? We got Stephon Gilmore. This is a rebuild. This whole fucking team is a rebuild. The whole team is new. You just named 10 new players. What the hell? You want to run back with the team from last year?
You were saying we wanted the first overall pick.
I'll take the first overall pick. Who doesn't want the first overall pick? You want a superstar player? No, but we had a full rebuild and we got the number 1 player, Dallas Turner.
And we didn't even need Dallas Turner. We have other dudes that are stepping in. Van Ginkel, arguably defensive player of the year. Arguably.
There's no argument. Nobody's putting Van Ginkel in the. We love him. He's been our stepchild every year, every week.
Classic stepchild.
Yeah, but nobody
Classic
has him.
stepchild.
He's made some huge plays, but that's not
He won't
defensive
even
player
have
of the
that
year.
good at jersey sales. Dude.
And
Does
first
he
of
even
all,
have jersey sales?
He should, but they probably aren't that great.
no, they're
No.
like they're the fun player. You're like, oh shit, this guy gets Van Ginkel, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's a
no,
sick
he's not
jersey.
the top
By the
jersey.
way, welcome back, John, and an insight and look into what the text is. Shane
the
is.
best.
I love us poking around and getting like the little Cam Akers pickups
Yeah.
for nothing, because it proves us, one, we're not too scared to fuck up what we have, because you have to.
No,
tinker
it's
to
more
get to where
locker
you're
room,
going.
yeah.
We still have a long season left. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that they're willing to continue to tinker, not within the spots that shouldn't be touched. You know, like there's a few of them where it's like, don't fuck with that, but like Tyson Chandler, like, see you fucking never, dude.
No, it's not about Tyson Chandler. It's about Myles Gaskin. Tyson Chandler's still the 2. But Cam Akers will fill in as the 3.
Really?
Yeah. If things go south with Ty, then Cam Akers will get the ball,
He
but
seems
it's
like
still
the type of guy
3.
that comes in and immediately just overshadows.
Here's where I'm
He'll get
at,
some
Luke.
touches.
Do we trade our first round pick next year or not? I think yes.
For what?
It depends what's available.
For
yeah, if you
what?
can go get a
Someone
fucking
like Dexter Lawrence, a nice
No, he's
defensive
not. They're not
lineman
moving him.
interior that we can rely on, like someone like
He's
that.
up
right?
for defensive
Next to
player of the
Harrison
year.
Phillips, who's going to eat up space and cause even more havoc.
Yeah, I think you definitely, if the player's out there, you go get him.
Consider moving some of our picks next year. We don't need these
But
picks.
why right now? No, not right now.
Cash in your
Why
cash
not?
in.
Well,
This is
3
all,
weeks.
you put all
But
your
yeah,
chips
like,
at the end
like
and go.
at the end. We're not there
there's
yet.
3 weeks until the trade deadline. So if you're doing it, you're already in discussions. You're seeing who's available. There were rumors out there the Raiders immediately shut it down, but like Max Crosby could be available because they're just in full rebuild mode.
Right.
If it's someone like that, 100 fucking %, you go get your future DN forever.
if we beat the Lions and Rams, you make a move and you get rid of your first round pick as soon.
For the next 3 years.
Oh, now it's if we beat them. I thought we were the greatest team of all
Right.
time.
There's a man selling belts in the
Fuck
parking
outta
lot
here.
right now.
Huh?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You got to push your chips to the center and ride with it.
Yes, I completely agree. The only reason I was saying this is a test, like you said, all those games were tests. We're finding out who this
The
team
entire
is.
season is a test until we win.
Exactly.
Until
if we
win.
win this week, though, if we don't go to the NFC Championship, this is a bust.
If
Like,
we
we're-
win this
if
week,
we win this
100%.
we need to win like 7 more games. Like we shouldn't lose until maybe a couple divisional games, and then there's like the
We'll
Atlanta
probably
Kirk
lose the weird
trap.
Soldier Field. Yeah, that or
the
like
Kirk
the weird Soldier
trap
Field.
scares me,
You're
and
gonna
that's
split
it.
with
Yeah.
these guys. You're gonna split with Detroit.
Yeah,
People are going to
that's
say
fair,
trap
fair.
game from now to the rest of the year. That's how it's going to be.
Probably. Trap.
of
trap,
course.
trap.
When you're at the top, people start chopping at you.
Yeah.
At home. It's like Thursday night, they're going to call it trap as well, right? That's no,
For sure.
Of course, because
Travel,
it's a hot
short-
take, and if
yeah.
you're the one that calls the loss,
Yep.
people get excited
Short
about that.
week, travel the
But
West
look at the
Coast,
Chiefs.
blah, blah,
Every
blah.
week is a test for them.
Who
Yeah.
has a bigger target on their back, though? Us or Detroit this week?
Us.
Target us, for sure. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
the top dog right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's coming for us.
until they get one loss in the L column. You know,
And then everyone will be like, oh, here come the Vikings, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll start forgetting about us, and they'll drop us like 4 spots in power
Great,
rankings.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
See you
fine.
later.
negativity. Just because we had a shitty history doesn't mean that this campaign it's all new shit. We have a new owner like Wilf from the Red McCombs era that was trash, right? So people are thinking that it was the same old Vikings. It's like, what are we talking? I don't buy that at all. I don't.
No, it's just because we've never won.
Connell's won games with this team. He's been damn impressive. He's learned each year. He's gotten better and better. Obviously, in the first couple of years, you could see he made mistakes. We lost a bunch of close games. It got a little weird, right? But I'm looking at this team now, and I'm like, this team is damn impressive. Aside from like, I mean, you can talk about poke holes and Tyson Chandler. Yes.
No, when you're nitpicking like your third string running back, that means you have a great team.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we have the best wide receiver in the league, best defensive scheme in the league. Arguably, that you can say best defense.
I think it is okay as a Vikings fan to be able to sit in this and just be like, at least realize this is like the top 3 Viking team that you've ever watched, and that's easy.
Defensively, I think it's the best team we've ever
At
had.
least top 3. If not number 1, then top 3. What else are you gonna say? 1998 or what? Like what?
Well, yeah, obviously 1998
Or
is
Brent
the
Tarkenton
top.
era.
That doesn't count.
No.
Those eras don't count.
No, the Purple People Eaters defense is like the historic one that you'll always talk about. But the 98 team with Moss, who's second best wide receiver ever to somebody that is uncatchable, and Jerry Rice, the whole team, Chris Carter, Randall Cunningham, like that team was so like that should have been a fucking Super Bowl. Like we still look at that, we're like, how the fuck did we not win that? You know?
We had shitty defense back then, though.
It wasn't horrible. John Randall was still like an elite D
I get
end,
that.
you know. It's just the team was the offense.
Yeah.
And that kind of helped.
We had dudes like Dwayne Rudd, Hitchcock. Remember?
We had like a 15-year run though, where we always had such weak cornerback play.
Yeah.
That there was always this incredible leak. At any time, a team could like take us over the top and just blow us out.
Well, we had Antoine Winfield, Darren Sharper. We had, Kevin and Pat Williams in the middle. Like we always had nice defenses. That was
was
kind of
just a
the
huge
name
hole
of the
somewhere.
Vikings. And then we get Adrian Peterson, and we just couldn't get a quarterback for so long. But now this seems like the best synergy of offense and defense. This is the most complete
Well-rounded.
team
Right.
to this point in a season I've ever seen.
And now
I'll give
special
that.
teams is irrelevant.
Yeah.
And those teams again are with shitty kickers, except
Well,
in like
that
1998.
that's what fucking kills us. If we miss kicks to lose games, I understand people going, "Oh, same old Vikings." That's the only thing I'll
If this
give.
kicker like loses us anything late, we should cut his fucking head off.
No. He's a rookie. It's been so incredible. God, I'm loving this fucking kid.
Yeah.
How Katya hasn't slid in this kid's DMs.
He reminds me of a young Gary Anderson. Just-
No! What are you doing? Kill him. What the fuck? I can't watch one playoff game now. Oh my god, I'll
He doesn't
die.
listen to people.
Oh my
That
god.
was terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
score
know how to talk
predictions?
anymore.
John, are you betting on the Vikings this weekend?
Everybody in the league kicks 65 yards now. It's so irrelevant. Everybody in the league kicks 65
John, you
yards.
taking the over or the under tonight on this game? 50.5.
That's pretty steep. Pretty steep. That they picked that line perfectly, didn't they? I mean, I'd have to go. I'd have to go. I'd have to go under. This is a lot of points to put up.
Vegas has them better than us.
Home here, I just
No,
think
we're
I think there's a lot of
-1.5.
I know, and you
bend
get
but
3
don't
points for
break
being
kind
at
of
home.
shit.
So that's them saying Detroit's better. You're only going to win because you're at home. That's dirty.
I just
Fuck
want to see
them.
how our offense comes out because I really didn't like the second half against the Jets after
No,
Jones
that
went
was,
down.
that was gross.
You're in London, dude.
Oh, Sam Darnold's the old Sam Darnold again. I didn't, it was a weird.
Well, they were cruising to the win in the bye week. I think they looked ahead.
They had their eyes on a pint.
We didn't look half as shitty as Aaron Rodgers, looking like a doofus that whole game.
Oh, that game, yeah,
Yeah.
not this week.
It was a little shaky though. Our offense couldn't move the ball in the second half against the Jets, and so that's what left a sour taste in my mouth here. Is Aaron Jones going to play is a huge factor for us, right? I don't want to see much of Cam Akers. I don't. I want to see Aaron Jones out there. I want to see those. I want to see our starter out
No,
there.
we
right?
need Aaron Jones out there.
It's gonna hurt us quite a bit if he's out. Like, no question about it. And I start to almost lean Lions a little bit then if he's out. Like, that's how important he is on our offense. It just is.
Yeah.
And our offense looked weird with him missing Addison a couple times, throwing that really bad pick there. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this is the same old Sam Darnold." Like, things to watch for sure. If we come out and our offense looks like shit, I'm worried. I'm worried.
First drive is going to tell us a lot, I think. If we can get 7 on the board and put them in a hole and put some pressure on Jared Goff, I think that, I think we need a big play from the defense, a Van Ginkel, another pick 6 by him would be, that's just the momentum, and then you get the crowd involved. They're going to want to run the ball, take the crowd out of the game. Like, we need to stay on it so that the crowd's part of it.
We need to win the turnover battle too.
Yes.
Kevin O'Connell's insane. The record, you have to pull up the numbers. It's insane. When we win the turnover battle, it's a virtual lock that we win the game. That's how it works.
We just need to stop fumbling. We've given away the ball 5 times fumbling. That's so stupid.
Darnold has been fumbling weirdly, and so I'm worried about
And
him
Aaron Jones,
under pressure.
That's annoying.
I do like about a game like this, though, you get early, weird trick plays in a game like
They
this.
run
and
trick
I love
plays.
that kind of
They
stuff.
do that shit a
You're
lot.
going to see, like, the double end around. Somebody's going to try to pass
See, I don't
want
want to see that. I don't want Kevin O'Connell.
Well, did you see that throwback to their old lineman?
Yeah, they run that shit, and they try to embarrass you.
Coordinator Ben Johnson doing some cute stuff with us,
Yep.
right? And us falling for some weird trick play.
Yeah,
or
I don't want to match them. I want to run our
But
stuff.
I want to see O'Connell doing some stuff as well on
I
the
know.
other side, like you said, LJ.
I like the early trick play.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Why
you
not?
like it until your fucking wide receiver throws a pick, and you go, "What the fuck are we doing?"
When Robert Smith used to, like, go up to the line and then toss it back to Culpepper.
Yeah, it's great.
Or Cunningham. That was my favorite.
I just don't want to
time
see
in
wide
life.
receivers throwing the ball. That's where I draw the line. Unless you have an ex-quarterback in, like a Julian Edelman, where you're like, he
That
played
was fun.
quarterback in college. It's okay.
Yeah.
I hate like a Justin Jefferson with a glove on throwing a wobbly
Yeah.
pass. You're like, God.
Or
damn
gets,
it.
like, just
batted.
just
nailed.
lit up. Yeah, exactly. Like running out,
pump fake, pump fake, pump fake,
oh
lit
yeah,
up.
and fucking
Yeah.
kill. No, I hate that shit.
Addison probably can throw a ball, though. He seems like he's the guy that throws it.
I don't want Addison throwing the ball. I want Addison running downfield.
I actually would love to get, like, a line on Addison throwing touchdown this game. I think it happens.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like
We'll
it.
clip that.
Yeah.
You might as well just lay a Goff receiving touchdown at that point, man. Like, what are we doing
That'd be
here?
funny.
Well, Ben
I mean,
Johnson
that's a
is one
little
of the top
different.
offensive coordinators. He's going to be looking. He's still looking to get a head coaching job next year, so I think he's still using everything as like a resume building. Like, oh, everyone's going to be watching this game. Watch what I can do.
Yeah.
So look out for their trick plays for sure.
I guess the first team to do the trick play, though, proves what team thinks they're worse than the other team.
I agree. I think it's
'Cause that's
we
like, it's
need
a weak
trickery.
early move, but
I
it is
completely
fun,
agree.
and I do love to see it.
Unless you're up 30, which is what they were doing last week to embarrass Dallas, which
Love that.
I'm kind of into. Like, I like the, hey, we're already beating the shit out of you.
Irrelevant
Let's get our
double reverse.
lineman a fucking touchdown.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, that's so dirty. Dallas just.
But I think this is going to be a game of guile and disguise, all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're going to see Vikings are going to disguise looks. We're going to send weird guys blitzing. You're using Harrison Smith. Maybe you get sent a couple times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Josh
Oh, yeah.
Metellus off the edge too, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those games where you've saved a bunch of plays through the year.
Yes.
They did some like off-season training camp stuff, some
The bye
OTA
week.
instant.
Wait, you
Now they're going to be like,
Yeah.
A divisional game, I
a
guess.
big
against your
game.
top team.
And you don't see them again until week 18. And at that point, you could be resting your starters for the playoffs. So if you're going to use them, don't hold them for week 18. Keep it use them now.
this is a game. Yeah, you throw the kitchen sink at
sink.
them for sure.
Kitchen sink game. No, I'm not going to go first. You guys go. LJ, what are we winning by? Yeah.
27-14 Vikes.
Okay.
No, they're gonna score more than that.
Yep.
Who?
No,
The Vikings
Lions.
or Lions?
Oh, come on. It's at home. It's at home. Think. Come on.
So I already gave it to you then.
All
That was a
right,
good prediction.
John. Besides the over/under, what do you got?
Because you think they're going to score 17?
14, I think he
I
said.
said 27-14 Vikes.
You know, I'm looking at so I'm playing Kachi this week. She has the kicker Jesse Bates, right, on fantasy football, right?
Not anymore.
Sure.
I think there's going to be I think we're going to hold him to 3 a bunch of times. It's going to be bend but don't break kind of thing. So you're looking at I'm thinking 12 points just by field goals, right?
Wait.
You think we shut down the entire offense?
In there. There's gonna be a field.
Oh yeah.
So you guys thinking that way. So I think it's
But they also go for 2. They go
They
for
do.
2 more than any team in the league.
So it'll somehow
and fourth down.
So it'll even out. It could be 22 points, where you're like, what the fuck happened here?
Yeah, it'll be a weird kind of scorigami
Yeah,
type
they
deal.
love
So
going
I
for
think it'll
2.
be. Yeah, so they'll get 1, 2, but they'll miss another. So it'll be 14 plus. I'm going to say 14 plus 12, right? So we're at, what is that? 26. That's where they're at. That's the point total for the Lions, and we're going to go. It'll be 31-26. How's that?
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
4 touchdowns and a field goal for us.
I like 33-20. Because there is going to be field goals on both sides.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think we get them. I think we can
I'm
blow 'em out
going.
a
I'm
little.
going to John. 26-31. What'd you say? 36-31. Yeah. I
Yeah,
like that. I
I'm like that, right? Where it's
Yeah.
we're able
yeah.
to score at will, but we're just bend but don't break kind of style defense, and they're going to look a little bit lost with their identity on the pass rush without Aiden Hutchinson. Darnold will have more time. He'll throw for more yards. It won't be as weird. If we have Hawkinson's not playing, right? Is that confirmed?
Yeah, he's out.
So he's out. Okay. So, but I do like Addison another week off to heal that ankle. I think we haven't really fully unsheathed Addison yet. I think he'll have a big game. And Jefferson, for some reason, always has big games against the Lions too, right? So
Big play. He's a primetime guy. I say 28-26 Vikings,
Oh.
and I think they lose going for 2. 28-27 Vikings, and I think they go for 2 to win the game and miss it. I'll be that specific.
gross.
Burner.
Diseased.
I love it.
Cool.
Well, this
I can see where you're at with that, Luke. But so okay, yeah. So let's put it this way: if we lose by 2, are you sick to your stuff? Are we throwing the baby out with the bathwater at that?
No, it's just annoying, but it's also a slap in the mouth of all right, get your heads back on,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's more. I think it's scarier for them without Hutchinson.
I love it. Well, this is Vikings Banter. Steph Diggs is the Diddy of the NFL. Look into it. And
Steph Diddy.
Skol Vikes, God bless.
There we go.